Well, hello and welcome to Thursdays with Annette. So glad you're joining me today because I'm excited for many, many reasons. Not only am I making a fabulous recipe for you, which I think you're going to love, but hello, it's my birthday. I know, 21 again, yeah. And on the 23rd of April, back many, many, many years ago, I was born into the world and having an interesting birthday today. Not only am I working, which I'm glad to be doing this and coming to you live, but it's also, you know, I'm in lockdown, so it's a little bit funny. But you know what? I am loving the day. I'm loving all your messages on Facebook. Thank you so much for all your kind words. So let's get into the recipe because what are we making? It's the Mexican chicken bake. Now, it's a fantastic, easy dish that just takes a bit of chopping, a bit of stirring, and in the oven. So this is the recipe here. It's from book 6. Yes, the big book with the masterclass, the weight loss masterclass in the back. But it's also I did it, so this serves 6, but I've also done it in the cooking for 2, and that's it there, and it makes 2. Isn't that fantastic? Because like, I love this, but I don't need 6 serves of it when it's just me and Billy. Hello. All right, so let's look at what we need. And also, hello, I'm looking at some fabulous ladies' names here who were the winner chicken dinner. Well, actually, it was the beef stroganoff from last week's show. And these lovely ladies got to choose because the beef stroganoff, the original recipe is in book 2, but once again, it's also in the cooking for 102. So I let them choose. Would you like book 2 or cooking 102? So Kerry Thomas decided she wanted book 2. Well done, winner. Sonia O'Donnell said she would love the 1 and 2, cooking for 102, and so did Jennifer Schultz. So they're getting a personally signed copy of the book in the mail. So look out for it, girls. So let's look at what we're doing here because I've got, to start with, the first thing you need to do when you're making this recipe is get the pasta done. So it's 1.5 cups of raw pasta and you boil it up and this is what you get drained. Rinse the starch off a little bit. I'm good, it's ready to go. You must have that ready before you start cooking. Okay, so pasta, good. We need 500 grams of skinless chicken breast, small dice, and I've done that ahead of time because there's a little bit of chopping and I just thought, yeah, let's get the chicken done. You know what diced chicken, how to do that. We're going to use a cup of diced red capsicum, a cup of diced onion, diced celery, 1 cup, a teaspoon of garlic, and I've also got a cup of frozen corn. To me, that is such a Mexican thing. And when you think about pasta, chicken, Mexican flavors in the oven, boom, it is delish. So now to give the flavors, I've got garlic, I've got some taco seasoning, and I always use the salt reduced, okay, because I think that's good for our healthy heart. I've got some chili. Now, if you don't want it hot, then don't put the chili in, but it's just 1/4 teaspoon. It just gives it a slight kick. If you really like it hot, you might want to put 1/2 teaspoon, up to you. I've got some oregano, some paprika, some cumin. I've got tomato paste, and it's the no added salt tomato paste, corn flour. I've got 1/2 cup of water because I'm going to mix that together later. But also what's important is the can of chopped tomatoes and the can of the Mexi bean mix. That's important for this because you're going to get that Mexican flavor coming from that. And of course I've got cheese to go on the top, so it's a cup or 100 grams of the reduced fat tasty cheese. Cooking spray, we're good to go. So let's move that over and start chopping. So let me get my knife out. Oh, that was stuck in there. Now with this, you're dicing it all because it's in a bake. So you don't want big chunks. So I always find the best way to do with celery is either, if it's too big, maybe cut it in 3 strips. I'll eat them later. And once again, cut it in about 3, because if you do it in half, it'll be too big. And I've got my little cup measure here. And now we're just going to, just small dice. Thanks for joining me today. Yes, it's Mexican chicken bake out of book 6 as well as the cooking for 102 today. It's quite an economical dish and I was talking about it yesterday on the Wednesday with Annette show. I hope you watched that one because it's all about budget cooking, and I gave you lots of tips because let's be honest, we need to budget right now. We don't know what's around the corner, but we still want to, now more than ever, I want you to really focus on your health and well-being because we need to keep fabulous. So I'm going to do a cup of celery. I need a little bit more. It's so fresh, this celery. It's beautiful, Bill. And I've preheated my oven to 180 degrees fan forced. So have that ready to go. All right. That's looking fantastic. Now I'm going to put it all in this bowl because it all gets put in together. So let me put the corn in as well. We need that in there. All of this will go in at one time because you know me, I love super, super easy. I've got my soapy sink all there ready to go. And now we're going to do the capsicum. We want a cup. And I want them into strips and then dice. Where's my little cup? There we go. So this isn't hard. It's just a matter of chopping up some ingredients. We'll cook it all off. In the oven, I love it. It's a bake. I'm obsessed with bakes. And when I was writing this recipe, the idea came to me because I was thinking, I love Mexican flavors. Love it, love it, love it. And so I just put together the things that I think I relate to Mexican, and with pasta, chicken in the oven with some cheese on the top. Who wouldn't want that for dinner tonight? I'd serve a beautiful fresh salad to go on the side. Let's see if we've got a cup here. And I like mixing the colours up because I've got the green coming from the celery. So that's why I want the red capsicum. You could do yellow if you wanted, but I think it's good if you don't just do all the same colour with the veggies. There we go. In the bowl. Perfect. All right. Now we're going to do the onion. And I want a cup of diced onion. I hope you've been enjoying the shows that I've added to April. I love doing the Tuesday show, Cooking with Annette. I call it Home Ec with Annette because it's an interactive cooking class. And so please, if you haven't watched it yet, go in and check them out because the idea is that you go in and get the recipe off the website if you don't have the cookbook that the recipe's in, and download it and cook it with me. I know, it's fantastic. I know a lot of people, mums and dads are doing it with their kids, so they're treating it like a bit of a class because now we're homeschooling a lot of us. Just need a little bit more. So why not get them in the kitchen and learning some life skills? Absolutely perfect. I think that'll do it. So now my prep is already done because I did the chicken up before we started. So I can now get rid of this. Oh, all right, make a noise, why don't you? All right, over in the soapy sink, let's turn on my prop pan. So we're going to put a bit of cooking spray in to start. Now you want to wait for the pan to get hot, and that way then it won't stew. And one of the things that I'm excited about is because it's my birthday, I decided, what could I do to give back? So you know what? It's all about birthday giving today. And what I did is I have got a special birthday offer going. Now, if you've signed up to my free newsletter, you would know about this because you would have got the email this morning. If you haven't signed up, what's wrong with you? You need to go in because this is where you get deals, latest news, lots of great offers and things like that. So what it is that if you spend over $30, you will get free shipping until midnight Sunday. I know, it's fantastic. Now, I'm going to get Diane to put the coupon. You need the coupon code in the comment. in today's show. So she'll put that up for you, and then you can get in there and order some great things without paying for postage. I thought you'd like that. Well, happy birthday to me. All right, so now we've got the sizzle. You know I love the sizzle. And remember, this is the Mexican chicken bake out of book 6 as well as, and it serves 6, but it's also in the cooking for 1 or 2. And we often make this just for the 2 of us because I just hate having lots and lots of stuff left over. I'm just going to wash my little chicken fingers. Perfect. Now, as I said, we've got everything ready to go. And I really think that this is a recipe that a lot of teenagers are going to love as well. My kids love it. They love the whole thing. I think when you've got pasta in something, that's a winner. But it makes the meal go further, so it's, you know, it saves on the dollars. Now, I'm going to just toss my chicken. Now, you just want to brown it off. You don't want to cook it, just brown it for a couple of minutes. And you'll find in my cookbooks, you'll see lots of Mexican stuff. You know, my favourite soup is the Mexicana soup in book 3. Is it book 3, Bill? Yeah, I think it is. I just love it. It's just so fabulous. But as I said, lots of Mexican. I just love it. And the problem is with Mexican, it can be very high in salt and also very high in fat. So this way, we're all eating healthy, and that's what we need right now. Hello, yes, we need to be healthy and fabulous. And why not start doing a bit more cooking while you're at home? All right, so I'm going to put in a teaspoon of garlic. You could use fresh if you want, but I'm just chucking in my, my usual crushed jar. Onion. And in goes all the veggies. So that's the red capsicum, corn, celery. Look at those colours. All right, let's get rid of these. Give it a good mix up. You can see that this is very, very easy to make. I hope you guys are doing well. We're in really interesting times right now, and having a birthday like I am, it's funny because, you know, like my girlfriends, we'd all be going out for lunch normally or catching up, and so you know what, I really appreciate, I've had lots of calls, I've had some beautiful flowers delivered. I'm feeling the love, and your beautiful comments on the Facebook page as well really does make my heart feel good. It really does. All right. So we just want to cook that for a couple of minutes so that the vegetables soften. It will cook in the oven. You bake it for a 180 degrees oven, and you're going to cook it for about 40-45 minutes in the oven, or until the cheese has gone nice and golden and brown. Yeah. And I know everyone's been commenting about the extra shows, which I said I'd do in April. And I am absolutely having so much fun with it. I love that you guys appreciate what I do. And so I'm going to continue the Tuesday, you know, home ec with Annette for the month of May and see where we're at. So, you know, I hope you're happy with that. But the Wednesday show will be the last one next week, because a lot of the stuff I do, and I've been doing the Wednesday one and talking about different things, is a lot of what I do on my mentoring program. And so I really, you know, if you've really enjoyed that support on a Wednesday and you've really enjoyed my tips, then I encourage you to come on in, join me and all my fabulous other members, and join the program. And you know, if you need that support right now, which I think a lot of us do, then you know where to find me. But the Wednesday one will be the last one, so it'll just be Tuesday with Annette and Thursday with Annette. All right, so now we're going to throw in some of the lovely spices. And I need 2 teaspoons of taco seasoning. Now it's the low salt. Hello, remember it's the low salt. I want 1/4 teaspoon of chili. Let me just push that down to 1/4. That'll just give it a nice little kick. And then I've got a teaspoon of oregano, tablespoon of paprika. Make sure it's not chili paprika or hot paprika. It's got to be just sweet paprika. I think that's it. Yep. Now, just coat all that together. Let those spices infuse into the veggies and the meat. And the good news is this is only 7.5 grams of fat a serve. It makes enough for 6. It freezes, so you can have leftovers in a couple of weeks. It's super, super handy to have those frozen dinners when you just don't feel like cooking, hey? All right, so now I'm going to put in the diced tomatoes and the tomato paste and the maxi beans. All right, so let's scoop them in. Already I can smell it. Oh, Rande Andre. Yeah, it's Mexican for dinner tonight. All right, so that's the 3 tablespoons of the no added salt tomato paste, a can of crushed tomatoes, no added salt if you can find it. We've been able to find it, but it really is good if you can do that no added salt, and the maxi beans. All right, so let's put that in the bin and then stir it all up. Fold it all through. Oh my gosh, how yum is this? So this is the Mexican chicken bake from book 6 that I'm making today, as well as it's in the Cooking for 1 or 2 book. So look at this. Yum! Now we want to get that hot, and what we're going to do is add the 2 tablespoons of corn flour into the half a cup of water. And that will help thicken up the sauce, because you don't want a really sloppy, wet bake. You know, it's the idea is that you can cut it and serve it in slices. So mix that in. Oh yeah. And this one, I wonder if you've tried it, because if you haven't, give it a go. It's fantastic. Now, I'm excited for next week's shows. As I said, Tuesday will be continuing in May. So Tuesday, Annette, I'm making cheese and spinach triangles from book 4. Now, you will not be buying frozen ones ever again once you've made it. And I want you to do that with me in the class. So go to the website if you haven't got book 4, get the recipe, get the ingredients, and we'll make it together. And I think because it's with phyllo and there's a little technique to it, perfect for a cooking class. So that's going to happen next Tuesday. Wednesday, I'm going to be talking about healthy weight loss tips. Let's finish with that one, because you know what, I'm Australia's favourite weight loss mentor, so I thought I'd finish with that one for you. And then on the show next Thursday, I'm going to be doing tuna tomato casserole, because I think it's got a beautiful top on it. You need to do that. It's a crusty bread thing. But you know what? If you're stuck at the moment and you've got cans of tuna, what a great economical dish. In goes my cooked pasta. Rinse it well so the starch it gets off it. And all we've got to do now is fold it together. So it's a complete meal. I would be adding some salad with it on the side, because I love salad with anything. And it's just a matter of getting all that combined. You could make this with gluten-free pasta if that's the case, but I'm not sure. I think the taco seasoning isn't gluten-free. I'm not sure. Can anyone tell me that? Yeah, maize flour. Oh, it might be okay, because all the other ingredients would be fine. All right, so now I think I am almost ready to chuck this in the oven. Yes. All right, so now I've got my lasagna dish. It's a big one, okay? And if you wanted to know how big it was, the measurements, I wrote it down here, 31 by 21 centimetres. And you measure it always from the base, not the top, the base. So 31 by 21, and you've got a good size lasagna dish. Okay, so I'm going to see if I can flick this into the lasagna dish. Let's see how I go. Oh, look at that. Beautiful. Oh yeah, let's scrape out the rest. Oh gosh, I just love cooking for you, and thank you for joining me each week. I really love it, and you know, spread the word, let others know about it. We're really looking at how we can get more healthier at this time, and it's the perfect way is to start cooking the Simply Too Good. Look at that, Mexican chicken bake. And of course, we have to finish with some reduced fat cheese. Once that's melted and gone brown, your dinner is done. You can make it ahead, and then all you've got to do is just, you know, heat it in the microwave if you want. And remember, I said it does freeze really well. Okay, has everybody got a little bit of cheese? I want to make sure the love's been spread. So that was a cup or 100 grams of the reduced fat cheese. Now, it just goes in as is, 180 degrees, 40 to 45 minutes. Oh yeah. I'm going to put my timer on 40 minutes and check it from there. And sometimes it's good to move it around in the oven as well. Alrighty, so there we are. We've cooked. We're fabulous. You know about what next week's show is, the tuna tomato casserole from book 5, and it's also in Cooking 102. But if you want to win today, hello, it's my birthday. It's my birthday, it's my birthday. And I've got an awesome prize for you. Now, what you need to do is you need to do the usual. Like, share, hashtag Simply with the 2, hashtag Simply Too Good. And if you go in and enter this week, can I have a drum roll, please, Mr. Sym and Diane? Brrr. You will go into the draw for 3 lucky winners. What do you think they're going to win? They're going to win books 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Booyah! That's right. I am feeling crazy fizzy because it's my birthday. I mean, who knew weight loss could be so deliciously healthy? Because you're going to be cooking up a storm. So here we go. Before we go, oh yeah, there it is. Mexican chicken bake. I've done a lovely little salad with it. It's a generous serve. I like that. And I've just put 30 grams of mashed avocado on the side because I love avocado with it. But the thing is, with avocado, that's 7 grams of fat that I'm adding to it. It's a healthy fat. This is only 7.5, so that's fine. But that's 30 grams. You know, if you're putting half an avocado on top, you could be really blowing it with about 25, 30 grams of fat. So be aware avocado is healthy, but everything in moderation is the key to weight loss success. Thanks for joining me, guys. I will see you next week on Tuesday and Wednesday, and of course the usual show on Thursday. Have an awesome weekend, and thanks for joining me. Bye now.